he literally broke up with me because he said I'm not attracted to you anymore. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, my name is Jovial, and here we're all about fashion, beauty, and lifestyle. And today we're going to be talking about skin, and specifically acne prone skin and people who have acne. The reason I wanted to touch on this subject today is because I subscribe to Ethan Dolan on Snapchat, and I recently saw a post like a couple days ago from him where he took a picture of himself, and in the caption, or where he writes the thing, he said something about yes, I have acne. And I just kind of thought to myself, like, I kind of felt weird when I saw that, because I was thinking to myself, like, if he had to have said that, then people are probably saying something to him about it. And it's just kind of crazy, because it's like, with people who have acne, like myself and like millions of people out there who suffer from this, well, not suffer, but just have acne, it's like, you have a mirror at home. I have a mirror at home. I can see my face and I know I have acne. I don't need all the people in my life, or like, for example, for him, all his subscribers to be pointing it out, like, you know what I mean? Like, we all have mirrors at home. We can see ourselves. It doesn't make any sense when you walk out there and you have to say, yes, I have acne. I think I know I have acne, like, you know what I mean? So the post just kind of threw me off. And then a couple days later, I think it was the same day, whatever it might be, I'm not really sure about the time period, but he went on Twitter and posted a picture of himself again with a basically long explanation talking about, just his struggle with acne and everything, all about that. And I just kind of was like taken aback, because I was like, wow, if someone on his like level of fame or like notoriety has to address the public about stuff like this, it's kind of like, I mean, it's a really important subject, like, you know what I mean, just skin in general, because I'm not really here to talk about him exactly. I just wanted to use him, like I said, as a catalyst to talk about skin in general and people who just go through skin problems like on their everyday life. So first, I just want to talk about like my personal skin struggle. I recently made a video, like not recently, but I made a video before about like how I cleared my skin, and even then, like, I have cleared my skin, and I will say it's better than it was before, but it's not where I would like it to be. But at the same time, I'm very happy with where I am, and I'm very confident, with the progress I've made. But I remember back in, what was it, like 7th grade, my acne really started to go crazy and like develop more and more as like the pictures I had posted before. But I can post a couple more in case you're new here and you don't know what I'm talking about, but you should go ahead and watch that video. But yeah, so right around 7th grade, I was getting a lot of acne, and this is the time when I literally convinced my mom to buy me foundation, because I was so tired of people saying things about me or making remarks about me or not being pretty enough to date a certain boy, just girl stuff, like at that age, just teenager stuff. And it just really upset me, and I convinced my mom to get me foundation. And 7th grade is when I started wearing makeup, and I got into makeup. And I mean, it was like, looking back, I mean, I'm glad I got into makeup because I honestly love it, and I don't do it anymore to cover up my skin. But back then, yes, it was a deep insecurity of mine. And I remember one guy specifically, I won't say his name, but I know exactly who this person is, and they said to me, oh, she has a body but no face. And honestly, when I heard that in 7th grade, I mean, that like not broke me, but it just defeated me, like in terms of like my confidence. Like, I really felt like, and at that age, like, I was pretty developed, I guess you would say, for a 7th grader. Like, I had boobs, I had an ass, whatever, I had like, the little figure and everything, and guys would always approach me because of how my body looks and not necessarily how my face looks. And that comment really just pushed it home for me, because I felt like, wow, is this how everyone sees me? I really felt insecure. And so I would pack on heaps of foundation. I would buy acne foundation specifically to cover up acne. I would cover up like my bumps, just anything. And honestly, it wouldn't even match, because back then as a 7th grader, what do you know about like foundation and matching kind of stuff like that? So my face was always orange, and then my neck was like a completely different color. But honestly, like, I was just like so insecure about it, and I just wanted to cover up my face. And this went on up until 11th grade year of high school. And the reason I stopped wearing foundation, because honestly, I stopped caring. I really just stopped caring about what people thought about me. I stopped caring about the comments. I stopped caring about putting on foundation every day, because I remember 2 more instances that like happened in my life. I remember when I was in 9th grade, And you know, this boy was in my class, and I know exactly who this is as well. I'm not gonna say anybody's name, but they said to me, why is your face always a different color every day? And I just kind of said to them, oh, it's just like this. And this was a Caucasian person, and I just kind of said that thinking that, you know, they would brush it off, and of course they did, because I guess they didn't understand, like, you know, anything to do with foundation again and matching and stuff like that. And I just kind of said, yeah, I don't know, this is how it is. And honestly, truth be told, I kind of felt mortified, because it's like, you put on foundation every day, you don't really think someone notices, but people do notice. And like, my face would be orange one day, and next day it would be like more red. And you know, like the whole thing about undertones and finding your right match was like a whole thing. So, you know, I never really got into that. And another thing was when I was in 10th grade, I believe it was, and I had a boyfriend at the time. And this was, I don't know, I was gonna say what number boyfriend this was, but let's not do that. So yeah, I had a boyfriend at the time, and this individual, yeah, is still in my life today. And they had said to me that I don't look the same anymore. Like when I first started dating them, you know how it goes, like girls look all pretty and cute, and they have their hair done and everything like that. And then like when you actually start dating them, they change. And this was right around the time when I started developing more confidence for myself. And you know, I didn't feel like I needed to wear makeup anymore. And he said that he literally broke up with me because he said, I'm not attracted to you anymore, because I had stopped wearing foundation. I was more confident in myself and my own skin. And that too was like, wow. I was like, well, so if you're not attracted to me anymore, what are you still doing here? Like, you know what I mean? Why are we still talking? Why are we having this conversation? And so therefore we broke up. And in another instance, when I was in 11th grade this time, and it's like I was wearing makeup on and off, but not as much as I used to. Like every day I would wake up and put on makeup every single day. And it wasn't even like a whole thing, it was just foundation. Simply foundation, because I wanted to cover up my acne. And so in 11th grade, when I had another boyfriend, this individual actually made me really feel so happy to be in my own skin. I felt confident, I felt empowered, I felt like I could be me. I felt like they weren't judging me and they liked me for who I was. And honestly, I'm still like, you know, just like proud of that time period in my life, and me just deciding to not want to wear foundation anymore and live in my truth. And honestly, from that point on, 11th grade was when I started really loving makeup, I would say. And like, I really fell in love with it, because it wasn't about hiding, it wasn't about covering, it was about living my truth. It was about enhancing what I had already. It was about getting into foundation, it was about getting into contour, highlight, eyeshadow, eyebrows. Yo, my eyebrow game was not strong at this point, but still, like, you know, at this point it was just about the creativity behind it and not the hiding. I didn't want to hide anymore. It was about transparency, just being me. And with that being said, senior year came, and you know, I barely wore foundation whatsoever. If I ever did wear it, it was specifically for some type of, I don't know, like I wanted to take a picture, like a photo shoot moment, or you know, just stuff like that. Stuff like that was like special to me. I was going to a party, but wearing it every single day to school was like a no. Like I wouldn't do that. And yeah, at the time my skin was still bad, and that was just like the struggle I was living with. And I remember asking my mom, oh, can I get Proactive? Because you know, those were on the commercials. And my mom was like, don't worry, I had acne at your age, it would go away and stuff like that. And I never believed her. And I would plead for the foundation, like I said, way in the, like back in the day. And I would just beg for Proactive, like anything, just to clear my skin. Because I was like, no one around me has acne. I'm literally the only one who has this much severe acne. And my family, no one in my family had acne, so I just kind of felt like an outcast all the time. And I can understand where Ethan is coming from, because it's like, you know, people glorify him and say he's beautiful and stuff like that. And he is good looking. And it's like, it's so sad to see how people can make a switch and take a turn on you when all of a sudden you have acne in your face. Like, your acne and your skin does not define you. Like, none of these things define you, because you can still 100%, I feel like, feel confident in yourself and still have acne. Like, you know what I mean? I think the reason I made that video about like my acne and stuff like that was kind of just to educate people on what you can do, what you could do, what's possible. And I'm not saying like I'm a skin expert or anything like that, but I live in my truth, you know what I mean? And these days I'm not afraid. I literally, people are like, oh, I didn't even know you could do makeup. And it's because I walk around here with my face like this, and there's nothing wrong with it. Like, you know what I mean? I live my truth, like I keep saying. And people have no idea I can do makeup is because like I just like wear my natural face out. I don't feel the need to walk around with makeup every day. And not to judge anyone who does, but you know what I mean? Your time will come maybe when you feel like you can do it as well. Because I feel like all skin is beautiful, acne prone or not. And I sit in a position where I feel like maybe people think, oh, I can talk because my skin looks better than them, because But it's just like, I just want to remind you guys, like, I was once in a place where my skin was worse. You know what I mean? It just takes time. It's not something that can happen overnight. And confidence is not something that can happen overnight. But I feel like skincare is not about the perfection of skin. It's not about getting your skin to be glass-like and porcelain-like. It's just about taking care of yourself. Like, it's self-care. Like, you know what I mean? Everyone washes their face. And honestly, the comments that like I get the most, and these aren't even in person, because again, I don't have a platform as huge as Dolan'S, and I can't imagine what he's going through. But for me, it's just like a regular person, and things that I go through every day is like, I know it's a lot of times people say to me, oh, why don't you just clear your skin up? Or they come and they touch your face and they're like, what's that on your face? Or they're like, what happened to your skin? Like, sometimes I come home from break and my relatives are like, what's that on your face? Or like, what happened to you? Or like, you know, stuff like that. And it just makes me feel like I'm not pretty, or I might not be wanted and stuff like that. And it just kind of gets to you, because it's just like, wow. People are like, why don't you just wash your face? Or why don't you just clear your skin? And I'm like, excuse me, I have a mirror at home. I know what I look like. And it's just like, if I could have cleared my skin, I think I would have done that. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like, I don't know, it's just the ignorant comments of people who have or don't have to go through this, and they feel like they can just say whatever. And like, I'm sorry, like, my family's bold. They will say anything to your face, and like, they don't care. Like, if you gain weight, they'll be like, wow, you've gained weight, and like, they'll say anything to you, and I understand where that's coming from. But at the same time, it's like, I don't know, it just kind of took a toll on me, and feeling like, again, like, I'm not beautiful. And I kind of just like, this is the reason I got into skincare so heavily and trying to just take care of myself. Because I feel like, I mean, as remembering like being younger, I was about like 10 years old, and I remember like when I started developing like acne issues, I remember like people were telling me it's because I ate butter, and I'm like, what? Like, you know what I mean? And it's like, now looking back, and I'm like, huh? Like, I know like your skin can be related to your diet, but people were like, it's butter, it's butter. And I just remember being like, what? Like, I was so confused. And then I stopped eating butter because I was thinking my skin would get better. I stopped eating butter, my skin was not any better. And honestly, I can't even say what's wrong with my skin or what type of acne I have specifically. I'm not really sure, but it's not because I eat butter. I don't eat butter anymore. Like, I haven't eaten butter in a long time, because I mean, what am I gonna do with butter? I don't eat butter and bread. Like, just saying, it's not like I cut it out of my diet, but it's just like, I don't eat butter. But yeah, so it's not attributed to butter. It's just like, I don't know, it's just my truth and the skin I have to live with. And like, right now, I don't know if you guys can see or tell, but like, you know, my skin isn't the clearest, the smoothest, the baddest. It's not like, you know, it's just my skin. And honestly, like, I know I post pictures and stuff on social media with my skin looking clear and stuff, and it's like, I'm not gonna lie, it's all due to Facetune and due to filters and stuff like that, because it's just like, it's about enhancing, you know, like the makeup look that I'm doing and stuff like that. And sometimes my skin does get really good where I don't have to enhance my photos, you know what I mean? And so it's just like, I don't know, it just depends. My skin has its ups and downs, and I'm completely okay with that, and I'm very confident in myself. Skincare is not, like I said, about like perfection. You can find joy in doing your skincare, because it's just like, you know, a way, an outlet for you to just like take some time out of your day at night, or when you wake up in the morning, and just take care of yourself. Like, you know what I mean? Like, anyone takes a shower, and people exercise, you don't have to look a certain way to, like, you know, do certain things. Like, you could just, right, even people with clear skin still wash their face. Skincare is very important, and I feel like you can just live your truth and be very confident. And to the point about, you know, the whole Ethan Dolan album, I would read the post, but I don't have it here with me. I'll just put a picture of it up so you guys can read it if you want. And it's just crazy how many people were being mean. And the crazy part is, like, when you look up Ethan Dolan on Twitter, like, you know, the search page or the trending page, like, the first thing that comes up is Ethan Dolan's face acne, Ethan Dolan's acne, like, you know, stuff like that. And it's just kind of crazy to see how much, like, people just, like, hop on this one thing and just, like, want to, you know, call this person ugly after glorifying him for so many years, and he has acne, and now it's like an issue. And you know, it's just like this whole thing. And when I personally first saw his post about, like, he had been making posts in general, and like, I noticed the acne, but to me, like, being someone that has struggled with acne, still struggles with acne even at my age. And it's like, people think that sometimes it's a age thing, like you're gonna grow out of it, but sometimes, I mean, acne does come into your adulthood, and it's really just okay. Like, there's many ways to deal with it, and I'm currently trying to deal with it. And it's like, I'm not looking for perfection, I'm just looking for what's like, what personally I want my skin to look like, you know what I mean? And nobody's skin is the same. Some people are trying to get rid of hyperpigmentation, some people want to get rid of acne, some people want to get rid of pores, some people want to get rid of texture issues. Like, there's so many things when it comes to skin, And you know, it's just important to take care of yourself. And like I was saying with the whole posting, it's just crazy how many people can call an individual ugly and define them by their skin. Like, no one is defined by your skin. Like, you can still 100% feel confident with whatever type of skin you have. Like, you know what I mean? I have gotten to a place where, like, I don't care what people say. Like I live in my truth. I'm not gonna wake up tomorrow and look like, I don't know, whoever people think is really beautiful. You know what I mean? It's just like, not that I think I'm ugly either. I just think I'm me. Like, you know what I mean? I gas myself up because I have nothing else to gas for myself. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, I'm just living in my own truth, and that's all I can do. But yeah, so this has been maybe a long video, maybe a short video. I can't tell how long I've been filming this for, but yeah, I just wanted to come on camera today and talk about this because I've been gone for a minute now, and I've just been focusing on school and all the other projects I've had to do. And I filmed a couple videos, but they just weren't true to who I am. And at the moment that I filmed them, I wasn't in the best state of mind, so I really didn't feel like posting them. But this subject I really just had to talk about, especially since I had made a video prior to just about skin, and I felt like this was a good tie back into that, like kind of like a segue. But yeah, I just wanted to use Ethan Dolan's Twitter post and, you know, what he said on Snapchat just as a catalyst to have this conversation, because I feel like it's very important. You know, the skincare industry is like $1 billion industry, and you know, that's for a reason. You know what I mean? That's for a reason. But yeah, like, you know, not everyone has perfect skin. Like, you know what I mean? Perfect skin. Like, you know, it's, hey, we all have our problems, we have our issues, whatever. And I just stand by the fact that I'm so glad that I am in the place where I am today, that I don't have to wear makeup to hide. And I don't need to hide, because I feel like people are gonna accept you the way they accept you. And if they don't, I mean, look, hey, that's perfectly okay. You don't have to look at me. You don't have to watch this video if my skin bothers you. Like, you know what I mean? You don't have to watch it if I zoom into my skin and I'm doing a look and you're like, ew, why is that pimple there? Like, right now I have like a bunch right here. Let me not touch my skin. I just wash it and stuff. But yeah, like, I have a bunch, and like, honestly, I'm just living my truth. I come on camera, and on camera, honestly, you can't filter this. You can't blur it out. You know what I mean? So even if I take Instagram pictures, as soon as I come on camera, you're gonna see the condition of my skin. Like, you know what I mean? So it's just really no point trying to hide and act like you have perfect skin or whatever. But yeah, so that's really all I had to say today, and I'm glad we had this conversation, you and me. Yeah, and I would just like you guys to subscribe and follow my social media if you like to, of course. But yeah, see you guys in the next